Okay guys, welcome to another live support desk. So this is very special support desk because I have one of the demo team that's coming on today. So he's a young lad, right? And he's learning the platform, and he's been doing the demos for quite some time. So he'll be coming on in a minute when you guys start dropping in. But remember, I'm going to just put the link to this inside the Facebook group where we're streaming live, and you guys can come in and ask a question. So just before I do that, I'm just going to run our kind of policies that we've got so that you know, because we do use these on our YouTube channel, right? So you've got the option not to have your camera on if you don't want to, and you can ask a question. People with their camera on and their voice on will get priority. Okay, so I'll be talking and answering their questions first, and then I will look at people that are just talking, and then I will look in the chat. Okay, so that's the order of things, but I'm just going to run the policy sheet now so you guys can see what to expect during this live support session. These recordings are put onto our YouTube channel as replays. They may also be used for our social channels. You have the right to turn your camera on or off. You have the right to come on camera or not. Participants that have their camera on take priority to questions. Only after the questions asked by live participants will questions in the chat be answered. Let us begin and get you moving forwards with your Zenler site. Okay guys, so that's our kind of policies there, that's out the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm just dropping the link into our Facebook group so people can come in that haven't got the link. So let me just put that in there first. And then I will say hello to all our fabulous people. Okay, so good to see you, Bridget. Good to see you, Faith. Good to see you, Patricia and Robert, and Zoe's in. And there we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the camera up. So it's a first come, first served thing, but sometimes I don't see the order of things. But just before I do, I just want to just introduce David, who is one of our demo team. So David, if you'd like to turn your camera and your mic on, then you can say hello. Hello, David.
Hello,
how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. So David, he runs our demos, right? So you might have seen him on demos if you've done it. So he's learning the platform. He's kind of up to intermediate advanced, but some questions, I mean, obviously I've been doing this for decades, right? So I can answer anything, but he's learning the platform, going through it all, and he's going to be, hopefully, he's going to be running the live support desk sessions as well. So, you know, Saturday's session, we closed it. Right, and so David will probably pick up and do another day that suits him with his timescales. But what we're trying to do is get as many live support desks on as many as possible. So I know it's going to get confusing, right? Because this is David and I'm David, right? So his second name is Roke. So if you want to call him Roki or Roke, I'm sure you won't mind. Or you might want to give him a name. Do you want to give him a name? Could be anything, David.
Work is fine. Work is fine. Yeah.
Right. So yeah. So anything you like. So if you're confused by the two Davids, right, that's what's going to happen. So David will, if David knows the answer to the question in the support desk, right, he might jump on and answer it, right? So if not, he's going to shadow. So you can turn your camera off now, David. Good to see you, though.
Good. Good to see you.
Right, so guys, I'm going to open up your cameras so you guys can come on, put your hands up, and I will try to answer your questions. Hello, Faith. Hello, Bridget. So Bridget had her hand up. She hasn't raised it, but I saw her hand up first. No, Bridget did it. She was already on screen like this. So she's up first. And okay, you should be able to talk now, Bridget. Good to see you.
Hello, good to see you too. Thank you so much. Yeah, I have a question. I am running always some interactive webinars, and then I send out emails to those who are attended and who only registered and not attended and so on. So I was a little confused with the tagging and with the filtering. Well, I need some clarification just to make sure. When I send out an email through the automation of an interactive webinar, not the broadcast, the general newsletter part, yeah, but just for that specific webinar, when I tag, then it's only about that specific group of people, right? It is not, so if I'm not, so if I tag and then all the others doesn't mean it's my whole email list, isn't it?
Absolutely, Bridget. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's correct. Yeah. So if you've got your live set up, then and you've got the automatic. So let's just have a look in here. Let me just show you because it's easy. Then you can ask. But yeah, you've got it right. What you're saying, perfectly. Okay. So I'm just on this site here. So if I've got an interactive webinar, and I've got a live event in here and I go to my automations, then if I've got people tagged in the automations under here and I've added a tag in here, only people that have registered in here will get that new tag. So if I've got that tag in here, this, let's put in here webinar 1 or something, and I've got that and I save it, then anybody that comes in here will be tagged with that only for that webinar. So if I set up new ones, then it's a different tag. But I want to point one thing out to you. You might not need to do that, because actually in people themselves, you can go in and you can filter. So let me just go to, or I'm going to just stop the share a second, because sometimes people join this site right, because it's like a test site. No, I'm all right, I'm safe. Right, okay, so I can't show email addresses, but inside here, do you know you have the option to filter people?
Mm-hmm.
So you can actually filter. If we had a filter, you can, I think you can filter on a live event. So a live webinar, a live class, a live interactive. Oh, no, maybe not in here. So a webinar and yeah, so the live classes, yeah, you can actually register, you can filter them, but not from the interactive. So yeah, your interactive side, you can get to those students by selecting the tag, of course, and then sending to them. So you're right in what you were saying.
Okay, but what I also did is filtering within the automation of that specific interactive webinar, because you want to send follow-up emails, either thank you for participating or sorry, it's a pity we missed you or something like that, right?
Yeah.
And so you can also filter in there, but it doesn't mean it would ever go out on any other webinar or to the whole email list, because it asks you in the filtering system. That's the thing. And that what made me question about where does this go now if I start filtering within the automation of a specific interactive webinar.
No, it will never. I mean, it's like a list in its own right. So people that have registered for that interactive webinar, the automation in there will not go out to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
It can't, because it's like its own little list.
Okay, got it.
Right, so even if it says something or to all or these things, it's not going to send it to everybody, because it's only people in that list. Right,
Yeah.
that would be terrible if that happened, right?
Yeah, because it showed me all the different webinars and everything, and I was like, okay, so if I start filtering, does it mean now I open up the whole universe? You know?
Yeah. No,
Its own system, its own universe, basically, just
yeah,
Discord.
it is because they've registered for that, but you might want to use the filtering. And this is where it could have been confusing for you. When you did the filtering, it might have said don't include from this webinar, because you got to remember your members might have taken 10 of your webinars. So you can filter inside of that to say, okay, only people that attended this webinar, maybe 5 of the people attended the last webinar, and you want to filter those people out from within that one webinar. Then that allows you to do it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it also makes sense. And there is, and in that regard, I would like to ask one more question because, for example, I have always the same name of my webinars. And when I start filtering, it shows me several webinars with the same name. And I never know which one is which because in the name, I cannot say November 2025 because then it's the title 2025. So I always have the same name of the webinar in that list. And I think the only way to understand this that is chronologically by time.
Yeah, I mean, I tend to, you've got to be really careful about that. It's a really good question because some people do that with lots of different areas of the site. So, what I tend to do is I always put into the name of it, even if it's the same name, I do something like 30th of October. Right, because it makes sense. That's when you're running it, and that's when you've got it. So that then creates that name that you can see. Otherwise, it can get really confusing if you see it's using the same name. And I understand why you use the same name because you're running something regularly, and it's the same name. That's what you call it. So I would put a date in there just so that you can see, and that makes it clear then.
It makes it clear, but it doesn't look nice in a sense because I have the date just below and I have it twice then, with the countdown.
Right.
Okay,
Okay.
something to think about. So thank you so much for clarifying. That helps a lot.
That's all right. And actually, it's a good question that you've said there because maybe that's something that I can share with the dev team to say, look, if people have named it the same, is there a way that we can maybe add an extra bit on selection that says the date? Because
Yeah,
then I think that would solve the problem.
and in retrospect, afterwards, you cannot add the name, add anything to it because you cannot just change the yeah,
Yeah, it's
you have
run.
no access to it anymore to change it to a previous version or something or add the date later on. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's run. Yeah, because it's run
Yeah,
already. Yeah, it's
exactly.
sort of as soon as you've done that, it's like the if if you're running something, it's like people afterwards sometimes do things like I can't now turn the cloud recording, but you've already run it. It's like set in stone. So I understand. It's a really good question though, Bridget. Brilliant one.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Bridget.
appreciate that.
Hello, Patricia. Where's Robert today?
He said he's coming. He has
Oh,
a
he is.
private moment at this moment. Yes. I have a question about email sequences. Um, I created a second course, and when I looked up the automations, I was thinking of replacing it to this course, but do I need to create a complete new funnel if I want to put a new course also under attention? I was a little bit struggling in this.
Sorry, I don't understand. You've got a course.
Yeah, I created the first course in the Accelerator 0.1 program.
The mini
Uh,
course.
yeah, and I changed it. I made a new one, more aligned to what we do, more I feel more connected to the new one, and I'd like to bring that one under attention. But we created a complete funnel all for the mini course. So can I replace it easy to the other course too? Or do I now need to create a complete new funnel for this course?
No, I would say go if the other. Have you got anybody in the original mini course?
The first one, no. In the other one, yes.
Okay, in that case, yeah, you can. You can just go into that funnel, go into the automations, just relink all those things to the new course. Yeah.
Okay, yes. And I have another thing. I'm just trying to find my way in this, and that is to go to the next endpoint. And for me, my endpoint is that I'd like to have people in coaching, but is that like the endpoint, or do I need to make steps in just do the meditation programs, the courses programs before I can make the endpoint of coaching, or can I directly go to the coaching?
Yeah, well, I think, well, there's two thought processes. One here, you could do all of that. You could do nicely highly edited videos and take your time on it. But if you want to get up to speed quickly and you're gonna start doing these lives, why not do the lives? But when you run the lives, record it and use those for the course. Okay, if people have got a Q&A session at the end, you could cut
Yeah.
it out.
Mm-hmm.
With the video, you have to be careful with the video if you're going to have people on screen and things like that.
Yeah.
But if they know that it's going to be part of a course, then you might better do it as a live course. Lots of people do this, right? Lots of people run live workshops, and then they turn those live workshops into courses.
Yeah,
So
I understand.
this is really good for time.
Yeah.
So you'll have to plan it how you plan it. Like, for instance, when we run our workshops, right? You know that we don't let you guys on until the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the reason we do that is that we can cut you guys off the end for your Q&A session, and we can use that. You're not on screen. It's not anyone's privacy or anything else. We just use that video as it is, and we can turn that into a course. So when we get to the end of our workshop, we open it up for Q&A, and then we let you guys come on, ask questions, and we answer your questions. But we cut that bit off, and then we can turn it into a course. So the way that you run your lives could dictate if you could turn those straight into a course and save yourself hours and hours of time.
Yeah, I understand what you are saying, and I agree, and I know this way. But also, um, our main goal is to have the coaching sessions with people for a longer time. This is what we already do, and now we are trying to build it up online in a program. So that's why I'm looking for, okay, if we created the endpoints with our projects, like the mini course or with another little course, do we have to build it step by step till we end up by private coaching or groups coaching, or can we make a short line directly to this? So I was just brainstorming about this and felt like this could maybe just to hear your perspective of this.
Yeah, I think, well, if you've got an audience already and you can run these, then get the money in, get the people
Okay.
in there straight away, because because if you're going to be creating this content and stuff, and you're going to postpone it because you're taking a very linear approach to how you want your business to be sorted, then
Yeah.
it could take you a long time, and we want to get you up to speed making money as quickly as possible. So if you've got people that are waiting for you to do these live sessions, I would say run them, but definitely think about the way you run it, and if you can reuse that content to save
Yeah.
yourself loads and loads of time. The other advantage about running it now is that you get testimonials, don't you? So this
Yeah.
is really good, because if it's about what you do, these can be put into future courses that you're doing, or you can get people to put stuff on Trustpilot or wherever, Google reviews and stuff, so that you can use it later. So I say plow straight into it, Patricia. Get those live workshops going, and then
Yeah.
this other stuff, you put in. Don't think
Okay.
like it's how you want to run your business, but I would say personally, get up to speed as quick as possible. Start getting that money in. That'll take a little bit of stress off you and mean that you're probably more relaxed in creating your content, rather than what's going to happen if you don't do that is you're going to stress yourself. So you're going to be like, oh, it's not perfect. I need to change that video. I need to change that video. I'm not making any money. So you can relieve all that tension by just going ahead and doing what you do.
Yeah. Okay. Very clear. Thank you.
Good to see you, Patricia.
Yes, good to be here. Thank you.
And we've got Faith. Faith. Hello, Faith.
Hi. This is kind of a tech support thing, so I don't know if it's appropriate for here, but I'll just throw it out because it could be
I'll
really
tell
quick.
you.
And then I had kind of a follow-up question based off what Patricia, when you guys were just talking about. So the tech support question is, I authenticated my email a long time ago. I have a Gmail, and I don't know when it started giving me error messages when I do a broadcast email that it's not authenticated and some of the stuff ends up in spam. So I've been on with tech support and they saw my DNS records and they came back and said to go to the integration section and update my email address that's already in there. So I went ahead to that section. The email address is already there, so I just deleted it out, typed it back in, and hit save. And then I just texted them back and said, is that how you update the email that's already in there? Just delete it out, put it back in, and hit save. We don't have to get into this if it's not the right place here, but that's it's already in there. And
So that
and your guys' screen says it's approved.
right. So you're so none of the records. So where you're using a professional email address, yeah? You're not using a Gmail address.
I was just using a G. I
You
can't
you
use.
can't you can't set up a DMARC record or authenticate a Gmail address.
Oh, that's the problem then. 'Cause
Yeah,
it's an email address.
yeah.
Thank you. That's the answer. There
Yeah,
you
you
go.
need a professional
Okay.
address. So if your site is whatever.com, you
Yeah.
need like
Okay.
faith at whatever.com in there.
Okay.
So if you're
Okay.
trying to do a Gmail address, because you can't put DMARC records into Gmail, you
Okay.
can't get access to their DNS, so it's impossible, you know?
Okay. Well,
Um,
that answers that. Thank you. That
yeah,
solves it. Can I
yeah.
follow
What?
up with a hopefully quick off of Patricia?
Well,
Um,
like, hold on just a second, just before you move on. This is the area that you were doing. So if you
yes.
go in there, you're going to see this is a professional email address. This
Right.
is, sorry, this is not a professional email address. This is a Proton mail address, right? So it's like Gmail, if you like.
Yeah.
So I can't authenticate this because I can't get into the DMARC records for it. But I
Okay.
want to say something to you. If you want to know a bit more about this, it seems like you've done it all before, so you probably know. But tomorrow, while I'm running a day with Zenler, I've got a special focus on DMARC records. So if you go on there, go onto our events, you're going to see this. It's a Halloween special. It's going to be quite bonkers, guys. Right? You want to see it just to have a bit of fun, right? But if you go on to our Facebook group, you're going to see that we have the spooky special here,
Oh,
and
great.
follow that. It's going to be there's going to be a chapter marking underneath it after when it's finished. We put it on our YouTube channel as well, so you can go straight there and you can see. And I talk about that. I talk about professional email addresses and Gmail accounts, so that might help you. But I think
Okay.
use a professional email address in there, and then you can authenticate it because you need to go into your DNS records and put those records in there, and then it will
Right.
be absolutely fine.
Perfect. Okay, I can do that. And then just to
Yeah.
follow up on Patricia's, if I may, when you talked about recording off of a Zoom live call, whenever I've tried that, if you use slides, your picture is like tiny little thing in the bottom. And I haven't found a good way with Zoom to click. So it's me talking and then click slide. It's like there's too many clicks. Is there a way to record yourself live that it ends up coming out that you could really use it without you being tiny? Do you know, am I making any sense? Patricia's nodding her head, yes.
Yeah. Right. So it depends what you're doing. If you're doing things what I call the correct way, you always edit your cloud recordings, right? So if you're editing the cloud recordings, you're going to get multiple files. One of them is the gallery view. We're looking at the gallery view now. You can see Patricia, I can see you in here. This is the gallery view. But if you're in and that will produce a video out on the cloud recording, but it also produces a video out of the speaker view as well. So it gives you the speaker view video as well, like this.
Oh, your whole self. I didn't know that. It
Yeah.
gives you your whole self?
Yeah, your
Okay.
whole self. It also will give you a separate video for your screen recording, for your
Okay.
screen sharing.
That's life
There's
changing.
and what you do, I do this every time after I finish the live. I go and I put these things together and I use multiple tracks. Hold on, I'm just going to try and find some of the tracks that I've got. I've got a video track here. So let me just share it, and I think it will be clear then. I delete some of the tracks out because I don't need all of them. I only need a couple of them. So you can see here, this is one that we run from the Accelerator Plus program. So I've got videos in here that I ran as part of that, but I also got these files, and you're going to see that there shows gallery there, and it also produces the chat, and it also produces the transcript. So I composite these together inside of Camtasia, so you can see my files in there, and then I put them in order so you can see the speaker view. This is actually not a very good one. That's typical. I pick one. Oh, there's loads of them in here as well, so I've got those ones. I generally delete out the ones I don't use, so I keep it pretty organized, but it produces all of these different files out, and then I'm trying to find one. Okay, so it's given me there. You can see there's different things going on. So this video, for instance, hold on, let me just bring it down, bring it across onto the screen here.
I do have Camtasia, so I do understand how you can stick them in the layers. Cut them up.
Yeah, you can. I've got, like, there's Kevin talking away. I need to mute him. Hold on. So let me just take this down. So this is one where he's coming up, and it goes into the screen share part where the people part there. So I've edited videos together. I've put my look, that's us side by side. That was the speaker view, just the speaker view at the front end of it, and then I just edit them together. And what's good about it is that the videos are all exactly the same length. So if you've got an editing program, you can throw them all in, you can do your edits, and then you can delete out the bits you don't need. So you can go full screen to gallery view to screen share and put it all in together. But you get all those files with the cloud recording, Faith.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know that.
Yeah, do you edit your videos, yeah?
Yeah, but I've been doing it really slow. I've just been recording myself. And then I take my self-recording and then I go through and I make text for each place. And then I add B-roll on top of that for each place. So it takes me hours and hours to.
Oh, what do you use? What software?
Well, I have Camtasia and I also have Descript and I also have CapCut. And I've just tried, like, is there a way to speed this up? And I think you just said what it is.
Do you want me to do a video showing how I comp this stuff together?
Sure.
Okay, I've got some time tomorrow on a day with Zenler. That's actually quite good. I'll do a little video showing you how I comp these cloud recordings together in Camtasia.
Okay.
Super simple, really easy. You'll be like, oh, that's so much easier.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'll hang up so I let somebody else go.
All right, good to see you, Faith.
Thank you, David.
Lovely. I've got Patricia here. Hi, Patricia. You've got a question? Hello.
Yeah, hello. Oof, this is wonderful. Oh, do you hear me?
I hear you.
Yes, I sent the message in the before because I want to make a few more live classes. Should, do you say should? Yes. I have done several live classes and they appear in the students page. But now I know the new date, so I want to add some new live classes.
into what, a
To my membership.
reoccurring?
Yeah, recurring, because I have, for example, I have 5 dates, and now I want to add 5 more date, so my live class, so my students can book themselves.
Okay, so you want to add them to a live class.
Yes, because I just have some few.
All right. So you created a reoccurring live.
Live classes, yes. Not recurring, single.
All right. Okay. So you want to add more. So what are you asking question? How do you add more, or?
Yes. Yes, can
What-
I add more?
Of course. Yeah, of course.
Yes, I know that, but I don't know how to do.
Well, all you do is you need to create that live class, and you just need to, you can clone it for one.
Okay.
Are they coming in through the course?
I don't understand. What do you mean?
How are they registering? You said you got lots of, how are people able to register for this? Are they
Yes,
bought into
I
a
did-
subscription in a course?
Yes, subscriptions. Yes, in membership. Yes.
Right, so you got a membership, and inside that course is where you add your lives.
Yes, live classes. But
Yeah.
they have to how do you say? Oh, to the spot. How do you say? They have to register.
Book their spot.
Book the spot. Yes, by themselves.
Right. Okay, and you want to add more to it.
Yes, more date. Because
Right.
I have the date.
Okay, no, that's good. So what you can do is you could have used recurring sessions, because that way you could set a live in there, and then at every date you could book it. But it looks like you've already got it set in different lessons. So all you need to do is you need to clone the live event.
Okay.
Yeah, set the date. Let me try and show you. It's a little bit, I've got to go through the
Because
process.
I have
Hold on, let me just show you.
live
So
class. Yes, single session.
right, let me just go and set this. So let me set this on the 8th, and single session. I'm just going to leave this on all defaults here, and it's a live class. I probably want it secret. I turn cloud recording on. I'm not going to do it for this, but I just want to show you. So there we go. So select the time in here. Let me just do this. I'm not going to set a card up or anything, so just run through that stuff. Okay, good. Right, so I've got my live class 1. Okay, so I go in here, and if I've got new dates, I would hit in here clone, and then I'm going to schedule this for a different date. So let me go to 18th or something.
Okay.
So I'm setting the date and the time zone in here like this, and that's set that one up. I'm going to call it in here live 2. Okay. So I'm just going to update it. So now what I've done is I've based it off, I've got 2 live classes now. So in the live class, I've got live class 1, live class 2.
Yeah.
So inside a course, let's just choose any of the courses. Let's choose that course there. So in the course, I go to curriculum. Yours is already going to be set up, and this is where I just add that course in there. So I go and add a new lesson. I'm going to choose the live type, and then I can select that course. So that's the one that I set up, so that's going to be on there. They'll go in there and be able to book their spot. And then if I do a number 2 in here, I can add that inside there for live 2, and that way I've got both of those. So name it live 2, save, and live 1, save. And now if I just preview that as the course curriculum, this is what the student will see. So down here they've got live 1, and they can book their spot, and then you can see the date's all there, and then in live 2 you can see that again the date's there, and that's it.
Okay, because I have one for live classes for the theory and one for the group coaching.
Okay.
Yes, because I want to have twice a month.
Okay. So you could, if you wanted to, in that case, you could add a section. So I'd probably add a section and call it group coaching,
Okay.
and then move that up.
So you have to do a curriculum, yes.
You don't have to, but I'm just looking at ways to keep it separate, to separate it out. There you go, it's in group 2. So I've got that. So that's how you could do it in there. So you could have a different grouping section. So if I refresh this, you'll now see that I've got a group session there, and then I've got live one there. Just if you want to lay it out.
Okay, I understand. And when I have to choose the visibility, will I choose public or courses?
How it's displayed? What you mean?
When you make the live classes,
Yeah.
you have to choose pub visibility.
Yep.
Is
That's.
course or public?
Do you only want these lives to be inside your course membership?
Yes,
Then only make them private.
private.
So they don't show. Otherwise, what will happen? Otherwise, what will happen here is that it will appear on the calendar. And if you haven't locked, I don't want to get into it, but if you haven't locked down the registration pages, people can book. So you've got to be careful. So you're going to see the little eye icon there. Is a little eye with a strike through. On this one, there's not, because this one by default goes public. So you need to make sure that you do this, because inside here, if I go down, I've got it public. I'm going to make it secret, or you can turn it into courses. So either of these is okay. Personally, I just put it secret, right? But if you put it in courses, you then select the course that it's part of. So in this case, I think it was this one here.
Okay.
So it's only in there, but secret does the same thing, right? So if I
Okay.
save that, then it doesn't appear on my calendar. So if you look at the calendar, if you've got the calendar anywhere on your site, then look, it hasn't appeared on here. You can't see it. But if I made it public, it would appear. And if you've got the calendar inside your site, people could click it and register for it.
Yes. Okay. Good.
All right. The other good thing, Patricia, about live classes is, of course, you can charge for them. So if you had a group session, you could have your members that all they've got to do is book their spot. But if you want to charge for it, people can go into the registration of the live class and you could charge them. So some people do this. They have it free for their members, but they charge for people coming in if they
Yes.
promoted it.
Yes.
That could be a good way of making some extra money.
Yes. That's my idea in the future, because some workshops I have for free for my membership, and I can charge for.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you definitely want to do that, because if you've got people coming in, people that are interested, you can say, look, come in, join me, take a session here. It's only $20 or something. And then if you like it, join my membership, because that way I run twice a week or whatever. And then they know. So it's a good way to build that kind of relationship as well.
Yes, good. But if I should some like I have to do webinar, live webinar, interactive webinar with prices or no?
Live classes, you can charge for live classes.
Okay, yeah. Yes, now I understand.
Yeah, you can go through that process and live interactive, so it's up to you. Webinars, I think live webinars you can't charge for.
Yes.
I think that's the only
now
one.
I understand, because I took away this block that is pricing, because I will not charge for this. It's for my member.
Yeah.
So I delete the block. Now I understand. I remember that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good to help you, Patricia.
Thank you.
Right, I've got Maggie on. Maggie's got a hand up. Voice only. Hi, Maggie.
Hello. I have actually a couple things. You said you cannot charge for a webinar. I've been on lots that were free.
Yeah, they're free.
Oh, I thought you were, well, oh, I see. Well, okay, you're right. I was just on one. It was free, but they did like an upgrade. And then you had access, lifetime access to videos. So is that the only way you can charge then?
No, you can charge for. Hold on a sec. Let me just try, because Zenler changes things all the time. So I just want to double check that they haven't got a price in there. I like to do these things live in front of you, because sometimes they change things. So this is the live webinar, right? So difference between these, live webinar doesn't show the participants, right? They have limited on what they can do. It's more for you to do a webinar, run a show. They join in, they can chat, but they don't come on camera. It keeps it very anonymous. So it's very good for people that are doing health things, therapy, yes. Because their names are not shown and those things. So that's what it's kind of designed for. So let me go, I put true webinar in here. Let me just change the date somewhere down here.
Yeah, because I've done live things and then someone has their dog that's, yapping and they're talking and it is a distraction. So live webinars, they're live, they can talk in the chat, but we don't see. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you can do that with all the webinar types. Like if I go into my Zoom now, I could stop all you guys from talking, right? Oh. I could turn all your video cameras off. So I can do that my end anyway. And I do sometimes. If someone's forgot to turn their mic off and they're banging around in the background, it's a bit annoying, and I'll mute them. That's why I keep real tight control over lives when I'm running them. Some people let you come in and let you put the camera and the mic on straight away, but I found that doesn't lead to a good environment. I'd rather have people one at a time talk and no interference. It's not that people do it on purpose, it just happens, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm in here. Let me just see. I'm just going to do and update that. All right, let me just see if it's yeah, so I haven't got pricing in there. So you can see I can't set pricing up for there, but all the rest of the types I can. So if I'm in one-to-one booking, I have that option inside here to add pricing for this. So let's so I'm going to go through here, finish, and then I'll have this option inside here to set up pricing. So I can then add a price plan to this inside here, like $10 to join it, name it. Add that, and then I can add that as a pricing plan in there. You can see it in there. So one-to-one bookings, live classes, interactive webinars you can charge for, but live webinars at the moment, currently, you can't. So a lot of people, Maggie, will run a live webinar to keep control of it. So people come in, people, it's nice, people can be in there, have the presentation, and then they usually say, right, and to follow, if you like this presentation, we extend on this and we give you your transformation in this course. Here's a link to the course, come in there, and then you can say to them, I run lives every week, or I have a whole training series of videos, and you send them. So that's what we tend to do when we give free stuff away, when we do lives, because we're trying to give people a next step to go to. And of course you're trying to make money as well, right? Because it's your business. You're not going to give everything away for free.
Okay. And then actually the other thing is, how do you do the Zoom? I just canceled my paid Zoom. How do I access Zoom inside of Zenler?
Set up a live event, run the live event, and bang, you're done. That's it.
Oh, that's it. This
That's
seems to
it.
be.
Yeah, inside Zenler, super easy to do. Zenler also allows you to add your own Zoom as well. So lots of people might have their own Zoom accounts, and you can plug that into Zenler as well. But Zenler has its own Zoom, enterprise level Zoom. So all you need to do is go in and if I show you, this is not ready to go yet. Here is this one-to-one that I just set up just a second ago. Start class. It won't let me start the class yet because you can only start a class 15 minutes before the time, right?
Oh, okay.
So you can't, if I click start now and I go start class, look, it come up here, you can only start a one-to-one 15 minutes before the scheduled time. So with this live, for instance, I come on at 3:45. I start the live, Maggie, at 3:45. Right, nobody comes into the live until the time when I've set it, which is 4 p.m. So it gives me 15 minutes to just get comfortable, set up my camera, and do it into Facebook. And then at 4 o'clock, I just hit the go live, and all you guys drop in because you get the link. The link's active, the countdown's hit 0, you can jump in. That's how you do it. Super simple in Zenler. You just set up your live, you can charge for it as well, and you can also, like Patricia does, add the live classes or one-to-one bookings into courses. And it's super simple. People just click book my spot, and then they get informed of when that live starts. They jump in with you, and that's how you can run a good membership like Patricia's doing.
Okay. The live webinar that I was on last week, right in the middle, there was just this horrific pornography that just suddenly popped up, and everybody was just shocked. And you could tell the woman doing it was like trying to frantically stop it. Have you ever heard of that? And they had a panel of people, and a couple of them were like, yeah, that's happened to me before. And I thought that almost scares me, the thought of,
What?
yeah, I had never seen anything like
Well,
that.
that's not because of Zoom. That's because of someone's computer, their end. Maybe they've got malware on their computer and they've got pornography popping up. That wouldn't just happen inside Zoom. No way.
Because I thought, oh, I don't want to do a webinar if that's the case. But yeah, I don't know if it was somebody, an attendee, that for whatever reason, I don't know. But
that was just to clear this up. Nothing to do with Zenler, yeah.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Let's just clear that up away. Okay.
Not at all. But I mean, I just thought, is that something that's out there in cyberspace that people can just hack into webinars and things? Because these,
it's funny you should say that, because there are obviously some horrible, most people are lovely, right? That's a good thing. Most people are lovely, but you do get these occasional people that are just horrible people, and you can't avoid it. And this is why it's very important to lock down what you're doing. This is why I said to you at the beginning, when I run these things, I lock everything down. So I go into the settings and I lock it all down. So if I go into, you're going to see me in screen, right? So let me just see, so you can see what I'm doing here. You can see your faces there. You're on screen, in screen, right? So when I'm running this stuff, I always make sure that under host tools that I've locked all of these things down. Now I open this up for you guys to talk, but I didn't let you unmute yourself because I manually go over to like Patricia and I ask to unmute. She unmutes, talks. I never really have to mute people. Once they come off camera, they mute themselves. I don't have to do that. But I lock down these things. And this is important, screen sharing. So if you've left that checked and someone comes in and they're going to cause mischief and show horrible stuff, if you've got that screen sharing turned on, those people can screen share. They can just screen share it. So this is why I always lock things down. When you first come in here, I never turned on the start video. That was off. Everything was off apart from chat. And this is all about taking control of your lives for just these kind of reasons. That's not the reason. I've never even thought of that as being a reason, but my reason is that I like to run a tight ship. I like to do my training, get it clearly out without any interruptions, and obviously I look at the chat. I say, guys, you can chat as much as you like, and I'll refer to it, and then I open up at the end so people can ask questions, right? Okay. But running a tight ship is really important, making sure that you're in control. You've only got to have someone that doesn't do this stuff often, Maggie, and they leave those options open. You get some dodgy person come in, and they can run riot. You know, they can do what they like, and you've got to be careful of this.
Okay. All right. No, thank you. That makes me feel better.
Yeah, you're in control of everything, right? If there's someone in there that you don't want in here, you could just go over to them and you can kick them out. Okay. Right? It's your call. If they've paid, a little bit different, because they've paid for a service and they need to get that service. But in a free event, if someone's causing problems, you can chuck them out. I've never had to do that. I did it once with someone because they just didn't realise that their sound was not muted and they were making a ton of noise. And at that time, I just accidentally chucked them out, to be honest, because I was like, just get to that person. I accidentally chucked them out.
Well, I was on a webinar once, and there was somebody just making just rude comments, and you could tell it was bothering most of the people. And so I don't know if they kicked them out, but that's good to know that you could if you wanted to.
Yeah, you've got to be careful as well. Like, this is another reason why you keep control of things, because I remember my wife was telling me she was on a session, and this lady was talking, trying to explain. It's like especially if you don't speak English, sometimes it takes a long time to get things out. It's like Patricia knows. She did a brilliant job though, Patricia. You know, but sometimes it's hard, you know, to find the right words and say, so you take a long time. And this other woman that was on there hadn't muted her microphone, and she started saying really bad things. Like, you know, it was really, really rude and a bit embarrassing. Another reason, keep it a tight ship. You know, and also it's to protect others as well, because if you do say something, oh God, you know, come hurry up, I want to get my question in, you're not heard, you know, and that's a good thing. So that's my job, to make sure you guys are safe and you can say things off without coming up on camera.
One last quick thing, I'm doing the 30-day accelerator also, but I keep missing the time. Where do you keep those so I can go back to
Have you not received any emails?
Well, if I don't check my email right away, then I find it'll say, you know, it was like 5 hours ago or something. I know it's just me, but
right. Check your emails, right? Because there's an email just went out about the last one that we ran. Yeah. So it's in there, but send me an email. If you can't find it, send me an email, david@zenler.com.
I made the first one, but I've not made any of the
I know. Where are you? I keep watching for you to come up.
I do watch the replay, but it'd be nice to watch it live too. So
yeah, absolutely. Come in live. Send me an email, david@zenler.com, yeah, Maggie. And if you can't find the link, and that way I can send it to you, because you're already in there, then I can send you the link. I'm not putting it in here because, like Patricia's done the 60-day one and you guys have done the training, but this is for new people coming in. So just put it in there, and then I'll send you the link to it, Maggie.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Fabulous. So who else got a question? Irene, Jacqueline, if you've got, Irene's got one. Then I'm going to come to you, Jacqueline, if you've got a question. Light your flowers.
Hi,
Irene.
Hi. Yeah, a quick question just. Ages ago, I'm completely mixed up with times here. There was this notification of sending live to the community. And I just can't find the instructions for that. And I think I posted it in the group, but it hasn't been gone through yet.
For the live stream feature?
Yeah, live stream feature into the community, because I'm just starting up at last. I've had this sort of test period, seeing if whatever I'm doing seems to work, and it does seem to work. So now I'm finding to get more people in. And I
That's
would like
good.
to have, yeah, because I want to have these like 10 minutes little short surprise tapping things, and for people just to go to the community and do it instead of going through a course and, you know, all that.
Are you
So
you're going to do it out into your Zenler community, yeah?
I thought of myself, I have, yeah, I hate Facebook. It's dead since many years.
Right.
So
Okay.
I'll
So
make do with. But I don't know, perhaps it's not even worth the bother. What do you think?
worth
I
the
thought
bother,
I'm just
Irene. This
no,
is
I
huge.
can't test this because I haven't been able to do it. That's why I'm asking. No, because I just
Yeah.
want people to sort of they can
Right.
go into the feed and say, "Oh, here's a little tap along I can do."
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. So what's happening is the feature is not publicly been released yet.
Oh,
Right, so we've been talking about it. We've been running lives into our Zenler community, just showing people how it's kind of working. They're still they're just doing some little tweaks to it, and then they're going to release it in. And when they release it, you will know about it, Irene, right? Because we'll send a mail out, and it'll be all over the groups and things like that. And we'll be showing in workshops and stuff. So we just added gamification in, which is a huge one.
yeah, I saw that.
With the student dashboard, which is another part of that as well. So the students see this lovely dashboard that they get access to now. So this is all coming together, and the live feature, the live streaming straight into a group, is coming really soon. And what is so good about it is that you literally hit live stream, you put in the title, you put in the time, and you just go. You just hit live. There's no messing around. It takes less than 3 seconds.
But that means that if people aren't aware that it's going to be there, they can just watch it as a recording afterwards.
Well, what you would do is you would send a post out to everybody in your group saying, tomorrow at 12 p.m. GMT, I'm going to be running a live on this, and then they'll turn up for it. So it's exactly the same. You can do that all from the community itself. Now, you could also send an email broadcast to everybody. So you could say, look, my community. So if you've got many people in the community, then you could send a broadcast to those people saying, look, join the community. I'm going to be live tomorrow showing you some tapping exercises.
Sorry, what's the difference between a broadcast and an email?
Well, we're talking about notifications. So inside of things like communities, you have the ability to set up a post in the community. So I'm in a community now. So if I set this post up, I can send a mail out to everybody.
Oh, the mail thing is back. That's great. Yes.
Yeah. So here. So, but an actual email broadcast is basically to everybody, because I've only got a certain amount of people in this community. This is the tutorial site, but in the actual site itself, if I send a broadcast out, I've got lots more people. So if I want to talk about the Zenler community, I can say, guys, join the Zenler community. I can give them this link, and then I can get people signing up. We're not really actively promoting this community at the moment. There's mainly people from accelerator programs. We're not pushing it yet.
But I think my community is just for the people who are in the bundle, in the membership.
Oh, that's okay.
It's not for everyone. But it would be a good thing to have it for everyone. I don't know. No, but that's weird. If they present themselves and they talk about themselves, I don't want to have other people there. They could. Then me surrounding too. No, I'm not going to start with that yet. I'll see how this works.
Yeah, if it's a private community, if it's tied to a membership, then probably just members. Talk to just the members, yeah? But if it's a public community, then you might want to take it to everybody. So it's really up to you. I mean, if it's private, it's going to be locked down. So you just want to be sending messages. But you can do that from email broadcasts. So you can use filters. So you just add the filter in there only to people that have enrolled in that course or that subscription, and then they'll receive it. So it's up to you, Irene, but it's not in yet, but it will be soon.
I just thought that I was such a scatterbrain, which I know I am. But then I have another question about these, because there was another one, and that seemed to have like an agenda. This is more like we come and we ask questions. It's called the live support desk. But just the other day, there was some other kind of meeting in the afternoon, and then when I checked, it was very sort of well structured. And I thought
was
it was
that
the
me?
same.
Was I doing it?
I can't remember. It was one of you guys speaking with your special accent.
It could have been Kevin. He runs office hours. So office hours
Oh
is
yeah,
all
office
about,
hours. Is that different?
yeah, that's all
Okay.
about what's sort of going on. So any
I
workshops, sometimes they'll be talking about the new features. So it's just about office hours, what's going on, where to find our resources and things like that. Live support desk is all about asking questions. So it's like if you're stuck, we try and move you forwards.
Yeah.
And currently it happens on Thursday at 4 p.m. We've got David in here today, and hopefully he's going to be running sessions as well, and he's going to try to be moving you forwards or get you the answers that you need. Yeah.
That's really great. That's the kind of support I need. I've been so lucky because I'm part of Greger's membership in Sweden, but sometimes it's only once a month. So this is great. Thank you.
Oh, right. Yeah, Gregor's great. I like Gregor.
Yeah, he's the best.
He's the best. Right.
Do you hear that, Gregor?
Yeah, he'll hear it, I'm sure. Good to speak to you, Irene. I've got
Okay.
Jacqueline on. Hi,
Thank you.
Jacqueline. Not seen you for ages.
Well, life, takes dips and turns, and I have my
Right.
Zenler sweatshirt, and I should be wearing it.
Ah,
'Cause I
you're
got
not.
swag, But no, my issue is exactly what you've said. You haven't seen me in ages. I originally joined in 2020. Okay, I'm one of the back when I was a beta person, right? So much has changed. And would you say maybe I should just like take the sort of the onboarding class all over again?
Well, I don't know. I mean, what I would say is, as far as things have changed, you could probably catch up fairly quickly if you go to our YouTube channel, because we show all. Oh, hold on. That's me talking again. That's a bit scary. Right. So let me look inside of our YouTube channel. We have all the features that we've had. So you can see, like, 2 days ago, 5 months ago, 6 months ago, you can catch up on all the features that we've done here 1 year ago, and view all
There's
the playlists.
so many of them.
Yeah, but it's not that bad, right? So you were about 1 year ago, so you're probably up to about here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 things to catch up on. That you might be like, wow, I can do this. But they're all very short videos, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I just thank you for your advice and your belief in my abilities.
You can do
appreciate
this,
it.
no problem. You
Yeah.
got your site up. Is everything going well with the site and stuff? Have you pushed and marketed it? And
Yes, and I want to say, I have been using. I have 2 sites, and one of them is where I sell my books, and that is doing. I mean, I sell at least a book a week. It's wonderful, and of course, they then have to package them up and ship them off. But that ability to use Zenler as a way to market hard goods is really, really valuable, because this way I don't even have to mess with that big old giant Amazon and their thing. You must send it in 24 hours or we're gonna shut you down. It's just like
right.
yeah, they're evil to work with.
Do you do ebooks as well? Because on Amazon you could of course do an ebook.
I've done 2 ebooks, and they actually, my audience, because it's a how-to, most people just really want the good old 200-page book full of pictures from the publisher. So far, maybe I have to do a longer ebook. I've done 3 small ones, and they don't sell as well as the actual print books.
Yeah, especially with something like gardening.
Yeah, nobody wants to print out 70 pages on how to fix your soil. If they're gonna, a lot of people anymore don't even have printers, and it's not something you can really, read on a computer. You really need the, well, you can read it on a computer, but it's something that you will refer back to often. So,
I mean, lots of people use like tablets and phones now. So tablets are quite good because, for recipes and things like this, and my wife does it, like she's got a thing, she puts it on there, she can see everything on there and go through them.
okay.
So it's quite good for that. Like, the ebook readers and stuff are really good. So maybe that would be a thing. I think book. I always prefer books because it's tactile, right? You can almost feel the energy in it, whereas something, and I shouldn't say this because it's my business, isn't it? But something electronic is a little bit less tactile. I like that tactile. I like seeing full color pictures and these sort of things. You just feel more connected just touching it. But a lot of people do use the tablets and are looking at things, so it might be worth doing something like that just to see how it works. Something else for you.
I don't have, just put another thing on my plate to deal with.
So you've got 11 videos to watch, and you've got you've got a book to convert to an ebook. Get busy, Jacqueline.
And actually, what I thought of after something you did for Halloween, I've actually put together a holiday plant coloring book that's going to be my giveaway. So that I'm kind of following along. I'm just not very visible right now, but that's a great idea to have a coloring book. It's simple, it's easy. People can download it if they want to.
Yeah, and I think it's good. It's a lot of people are turning to this. I think with flowers and things, it's even better because if you think about it, lots of people like mandalas, right? Which are kind of flowers.
Yeah.
Why not do a book like full of different flower types, but as mandalas? That could work really well.
Oh, okay. Are you going to want royalties now for the idea?
No, you can have that one for free.
Okay, thank you.
So, that's really good. You're going to do the spooky one. You're going to do the colouring book. Yeah, I think that was the whole thing around like Halloween. Like you can promote things was basically about any kind of event that's coming up, like Easter and these sort of things. You can do these kind of books or these lead magnets to get people in. And if they're going to buy that, then they're going to be interested in flowers or, whatever, if you do it the right way. So good to see that you're doing well on all this stuff, but you've got some catching up to do.
Yes, I do. And that's it. Yes. Okay. And thanks for the advice. I was like, should I go through it again or not? And yeah, I'll just go start watching YouTube videos.
Yeah. There's only 11.
Okay.
No, I mean, if you look at them, you might say, if they're nothing sort of, you look at something, you go, you know what, I don't think I'm going to use that. Then just skip it, right?
Yeah.
But usually they're quite quick videos. I think the ones that could be really interesting for you is, it depends, but we got these branching surveys and quizzes. These are super cool, right?
And I just did a survey on my Substack, and that was one of my most read newsletters in recent time. So I think people like surveys. I think they like to feel that they're being heard.
Yeah, for sure. You can get the results, but have you used the branching feature now for your surveys?
No.
Wow. So this is another level, right? So if you've got a survey set up saying, do you like red flowers or do you like yellow flowers? Then you can send people based on the choice in a different route.
Okay.
So imagine that and we've got it for quizzes as well. So in the courses you can add a branching quiz. So based on an answer, it can go in one direction or another direction. It branches, so you can send people in different pathways, and you're collecting the results as it goes. So you can really tailor things like how people are. Are you a beginner or intermediate or advanced gardener? and these kind of things, send people, and then at the end of it you can say, right, okay, well, you're an advanced gardener, you need to read my book on advanced garden techniques or something.
Gotcha.
So it can be really powerful. So we got bulk coupons, you know, some people need that, not a lot of people. We got the release of the branded app. Again, some people want it, some people are okay with the app as we've got it at the moment. Communities is a good one to know about. That can be good to build your business.
Yeah.
Branding revealed. Obviously we had the new branding. So there's video analytics. That's quite good. So now these are really short, these, Jacqueline. You can go into the video and you can see how many people have viewed your videos. That's really handy.
Okay.
So you can look and see the most popular videos on your site and go, you know what, that maybe I should do a course in that. It seems to be a really popular video. So these are things that can help you as well. We got abandoned cart feature. If you haven't turned it on, that was 1 year ago. Abandoned cart.
Oh, good Lord. No, I haven't.
Oh, you need to turn that on, because that means that if people go to buy and they put their email address in there and then they don't finish the purchase, an email will go out to them saying, what stopped you making the purchase? Can I help? You know, you can change it however you like, but it tells them, like, you haven't finished your cart. Did you have a problem? Can I help? Do you need, you know? That's a really top one. Granular unsubscribe from emails. This is now people have the option to unsubscribe for certain things, like maybe they're in a course, but this is automatic, of course. So you don't even need to learn anything here, Jacqueline. It's like it's automatic. So that happens with a lot of these features that we've got in there. We got churn user reports. That's good for outputting reports. Bring your own Zoom. You're using our Zoom, so it doesn't matter. What else is a good one? New branding, communities, obviously I've mentioned. We've got the bulk, the funnel, and we've got gonna have live streams. We just got gamification. So you probably got to watch about 6 of them. Not so bad. Cut it down from 11, Jacqueline. And an ebook and a Mandela lead magnet. That's what you've got to do.
Okay. And I'm still working on how to bathe your psychotic cat.
Oh, Kevin will be so happy.
Yeah, it's actually going to be the 3rd website, and I'm working with a vet to get it's actually more about how to take care of elderly animals and things to watch for, because cats and dogs, I mean, if they're living longer and longer, you know, with all the advances, and people are like, okay, now, you know, my dog is or cat either, you know, arthritis, what do I do? And there's so much out there. Sort of not quite gardening though. You know, so it gets to the back burner.
I think it all comes back to plants, doesn't it? That's where all your medicines and things are coming from anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. So
good.
I'm definitely going to turn on that abandoned cart. That's sounds. I got to go look at that.
Yeah, well, get on our channel. I'll put the playlist into the chat here, so you've got sweet. The direct playlist in there. You can grab that, and that's good.
Whoops.
Got it. There it is.
Thank you.
Right, good to speak to you, Jacqueline.
Yeah.
I'm going to end the session now. Has anyone else got any questions? No, you're right. Oh, we solved it. Oh, great. Okay. So David didn't say much today. Hi, David. You still there? He's going to say hello.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah. So this will be little David. I'm going to sort his. He looks like he's in the sun. He's in the Sahara.
It's dark here outside. That's why. Yeah.
It's a bit, but not. Yeah. It's really pitch black.
It's literally got pitch black outside, and this light here is the only light in my room. That's why. Yeah.
That's good. Right. Okay. How did you find those questions? Could you have answered them all?
Somebody put them in the chat actually. I think her name was Julie. I could have definitely answered those, but she left before she even asked them. And then the first
Oh,
question I think Bridget asked, I felt like I would have been sort of comfortable with those too. But yeah.
fantastic. Right. Okay. So David will be shadowing me for a while till he feels really confident to go and do it. So he'll be more and more involved. But our job here is to basically get you so you're moving forwards and help and offer advice where we can as well. So guys, it's been lovely to see you all. Thanks David for coming in today as well. But so good to see some familiar faces as well and some regulars. Really, really nice. Love it. See you later guys. Take care. Bye.